How was your night? Did you sleep well? Did you have dreams? What did you dream about? Me? Good morning. Welcome to the very first official program for today, right here on yours truly, solely for your listening pleasure, Vicky Lonia Radio. And on the MIC right about this moment is the queen of the MIC, Vicky Lonia, ready to thrill your day with amazing programs, amazing music. Besides, it's Friday, TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. So, what plans do you have for today, Friday? Well, I don't know about those plans that you have, but the plans that I have are plans for you to make sure that your listening pleasure is absolutely satisfied. And considering the program that we are on right now, my plan or plans is to make sure that all negative energy, all forms of negative vibes are abolished and replaced with positive vibes and positive energy. Good morning once again, and welcome to Rooster Call, where we get to dish out positive vibes to as many people as we can, where we get to encourage ourselves, where we get to inspire ourselves, where we get to motivate ourselves, where we get to allow people who have had greater experiences than us lead us through some certain issues and help us resolve them so that we can see life in a better light. We can see life in a better light, have better perspectives and better perceptions about life, and so that we can know that life is not just black and white, that there are other shades of colors involved. So once again, welcome to the program, Rooster Call, and I do hope that you are ready to be inspired. Alright, welcome back. So today on Rooster Call, what exactly are we going to be talking about on Rooster Call? Today we are going to be talking about trust. Yes, we're going to be talking about trust. Trust, Trust, trust. When someone says trust, a whole lot of things come to mind. And the very first thing you say is, nah, I don't trust anyone. In fact, I don't even trust myself. How can I bring myself to trust another person when I don't trust myself? Yes, there used to be a time when I used to say such things. There used to be a time when that used to be a cliche. In fact, it was a mantra for me whenever someone brought up the issue of trust. But now I have realized that those things were as a result of negative vibes. And now that I have seen the beauty of positive vibes and the dissemination of positive vibes, I no longer use such mantra. Instead, what I say is, trust is earned. Have someone earned your trust today? Trust is not given, it's earned. Have someone earned yours? You keep saying you want to earn someone's trust. Has someone earned your own trust? That is what I usually ask. Good. So today on the program, we're looking at trust, and we're going to be looking at a compilation of quotes from famous quoters. They would help us understand the concept of trust through quotes. Okay? Quotes help us learn and help us understand. They illustrate and describe more. They ex they expose more. It's more like an expository into the phenomena. And the phenomena we're looking at right now is trust. So this I want you to be encouraged by these trust quotes, okay? Trusting is what you have faith and hope in, okay? What your expectations are, okay? Okay, so when I'm done with this, please, and when you're done listening, please share to other people, okay? So that they can start, understanding the concept of trust, so that positive vibes will be shared everywhere. Now, the very first quote I have here is from T. Koimin, and he said, "Trust is about patience. While not forcing issues, we learn more about our own capacities for achievement. Thus, these times are to be treasured. Trust is about patience, not about forcing people. Trust is about patience." This next one here is by Charles Stanley, and he said, "I have complete confidence that God is able to take care of any situation and provide an answer to any question or problem. He has all the resources of the universe to draw upon in helping each one of us through any type of crisis, if only we would trust Him." Key word here is trust. He can do everything and anything for you, but first you have to do what? You have to trust Him. First of all, you have to trust Him. If you don't trust Him, He won't do anything for you. How do you expect someone you don't trust to do stuff for you? Nah, it doesn't work that way. Alright, this next one here is by Jean Bouchard, and she said, "Fear stops us from making the leap. Fear stops us from making the leap, or taking the chance, or reaching out, or trusting ourselves. Fear stops us from taking the leap, taking the chance, reaching out, or trusting ourselves." Okay? Fear is part of what makes you not to trust yourself or trust other people. And remember, we spoke about fear the other time. Do not allow your fear to rule you, or else it will rule and reign you. Okay, now this next one here is by Catherine Pulsifar, and she said, "Trust your instincts, be true to yourself." Okay, trust your instincts, be true to yourself. Even if there is no other person you trust out there, you have to trust yourself. Okay, now this next one here is by John Keegan, and he said, on trust given and won, the historical continuity of life can be assured. On trust given and won, the historical continuity of life can be assured. Okay, this next one here is by Rick Warren, and he said, "The more you believe and trust God, the more limitless your possibilities become for your family, your career, and for your life." I take that again. The more you believe and trust God, the more limitless your possibilities become for your life, your career, and your family. Great one, that's powerful. Alright, this next one here is by Jim Phillips, and he said, "The thought of trusting oneself can evoke many feelings and emotions. Primarily among them is fear. Primarily among them is fear. Trusting yourself brings about a whole lot of emotions, some sort of uncertainty, feelings and emotions. But the one among them is fear. And fear cannot help you in trusting yourself and others." Alright, this next one here is by Tom LaForce, and he said, a lot of times people don't trust another because they are making assumptions that aren't true. A lot of times people don't trust one another because they are making assumptions that are not true. Okay, and then this one here is by Jane Warillo, and she said, "Trust is more important than ever to our lives and businesses. It requires that leaders view those they work with as whole and complete beings, not as human resources." Powerful, really powerful. And this one here again is by Robin Drake, and he said, "Often it's even harder to trust people than it is to love them." They said it's just as hard for people to trust you. Okay? When you don't trust other people because you're scared of one thing or the other, do you know that they too don't trust you because of the same thing? See, the negative vibe just keeps flowing around. Can someone please start with the positive vibes already? Trust someone, okay? Trust someone, and then someone is going to trust you in return. Make an attempt at first before you begin to make conclusions. Okay, all right. This next one here is by Ian Lavanzert, and he said, "What I have come to understand and embrace wholeheartedly is that when I trust myself, God, and others, and the process of life, moment by moment, without thinking about it, if something happens that violates my trust, I always have the option, power, and ability to make a choice to do something about it or not." So you trust, knowing very well that something could make you regret trusting in that thing or in that person. But you know that the beauty of it is that you have the power to do something about it or not. That's the beauty of it. So trust is earned. Okay, now ask yourself this question: have someone earned your trust, and have you earned someone's trust? Have you earned someone's trust? Okay? That's the question you should ask yourself today. You say you don't trust people, but do people trust you? You don't trust people. I don't trust nobody. You just cannot trust people. Those people, can they trust you? First of all, you have to be trustworthy, okay, in order for people to trust you. When you are trustworthy, it makes it more easier for you to trust people and for people to trust you. So, positive vibes all the way. That's exactly what the program Rooster Call is all about. And I want to really believe that this compilation of quotes that I have given you has gone a long way in buttressing the trust point. And then I have this very last one here, which happens to be my favorite, and I kept it for the last. It says, this is by Sherry Levitt, and she said, "How do you build trust? Trust is earned when everyone's interests are considered and respected. Communication is the key to this." Wow, powerful. How do you build trust? Trust is earned when someone's interests are considered, when everyone's interests are considered and respected. Communication is the key to do this. Great and powerful. How is trust earned? It is when everyone's interests are considered. Not just one person, but everyone's interests are considered. When everyone's interests are considered, trust me, trust will be earned. Trust me, trust will be earned. Alright, so that's all I've got for you right here on Rooster Call this morning. I do hope that the positive vibes will keep on flowing out there. Share this podcast with someone who really needs this sort of motivation, this sort of inspiration, okay, this sort of positive vibes, and take away the negative vibes and negative energy of your life and of someone else's life. I do hope you really enjoyed it, and tune in for the next program, Dog Talk, where we get to talk about your health and your total well-being. All of me remains Vicky Lonia. Stay tuned, don't touch that dial.